Yo, what's up? Tantei wa Shindeiru, episode 2. What's up, guys? This is Brio Station here. I guess you should know by now. Like, I don't need to do this whole introduction by myself, even though I feel like I might need to do it. More. I mean, if it works out for better content. But anyways, so I mentioned before, and I'm not trying to kind of diss the series or anything. I just felt like maybe the length of the premiere did not do itself much justice. I feel like what they could have done was split it up into two episodes separately. So then the full count would be 13 because I see 12 listed. And then it could have been a little better, easier to make a judgment on how do you if you want to follow it or not just have to bear with a whole preview before making that judgment. That's my take on it. So Celestia's dead. I don't think she, but the way they just present her and then they kill it off and just like there's something to it. And I was trying so hard not to spoil myself because Twitter was all over this, and I know some of the Discord servers I'm in, they kind of just some of them spilled beans on it. And I tried to ignore it, but I apparently there's a guess that Celestia is probably not dead. She's alive in somehow, some way. I do not know how so, but I'm pretty sure that um I'm pretty sure that this thing like I just no, never mind. So I sorry I'm getting distracted. I just found someone's gonna rant about My Hero Academia, which I'm gonna read after this stream, by the way, because reasons. Anyways, but yeah, they could have made what Vizio did at the start, but part A and part B. You mean extended episodes? Yeah, I can kind of see I can kind of see that. Um, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm being told that this new character is gonna be some a pain to deal with, which I'm okay with at this point. I'm already giving this show a lot of benefit of the doubt. I know a lot of other people might not. I know Rebel might not. I know he's not really good with. I know he has like some sort of allergic reaction to light novel adaptations in general. I don't think he's even liked one particular light novel adaptation. He's never given anything higher than a 6 with those. I not that I recall. Like maybe I could be wrong, and maybe he's done so, but no. Actually, there's Hamifura, and but there's like Bookworm, but they don't feel like light novel material. For me personally, it just feels like something that would have been more. I feel like would have just came out of the manga, and I would have known, and it was like would have been felt the same thing. That's just how I feel. That's just my opinion on it. But yeah, for the most part, I can get why light novel adaptations aren't really such a thing for most people, unless if you're a V0 fan, and that's fine. Anyways, so she's dead. This new girl comes up. Her name is Nagisa. I'm being told that the ending is gonna have some really cluing hints, and this Nagisa character, hopefully will I hope it's a good impression. Then we're gonna probably get introduction to this Chunibyo looking with a freaking heart fucking Rika looking ass, and well, the color hair look like she come out of looks like she's like a an exiled idol or something, and she got like the art the heart shaped eye patch with the X on it. But we're gonna see her either this episode or the next. Yeah, so that is the plans here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this up. I don't have I don't want to waste a bit too much time on it. A really good mystery. Truesome stories don't feel like they're from the light novels. Huh. And I've heard from the readers that they are changing stuff around with this. Um, and which makes me kind of concerned because like yeah, that would be fine for the story, but for those who are only anime onlys and frankly are not many are not going to touch the novels, this could get confusing. I don't have I don't have any comment myself because I actually have not touched the light novel yet. I know I should, but at the same time, I kind of want to go into this a little blind too. Like I've already gotten a little spoiled on some details here and there. True, some stories. She kind of reminds me of Rika and Megami, the character with the eye patch. It's a it's a common running. It's a common thing nowadays, isn't it? All right, go ahead with episode 2. And I had to get it from Riptime, so if the subtitles look fugly, they're I don't know. One of the subgroups, Arrow to Raws, is I don't know something happened to them today. I hope it's not a bad thing. Uh, let's begin. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Kawa. Oh, I have the shitty subs, the ones that are gonna be hard to look at because they're all white. There's no black outlines. They're fast forward. Oh, well. It's such a colorful looking visual, and the song doesn't seem to fit. There sounds like a bittersweet to it, which is interesting enough. Oh, a minor complaint. I would have liked because it is like a mystery. There is like a detective mystery solving thing in play. I wish there would have been like some more darker color, darker, tones used. wanted to forget it. Wow. That's some. This is a first. You fucking put it in his mouth. Right? Is she just reading his mind or is she just guessing? Yes, someone. If anything, just don't become Yoshida. Don't become Yoshida. No, I'm a sidekick. I'm the Watson. Why is a K a reference to something? I feel like it. Uh, I feel like some nasty twist gonna come in here. If I heard what I thought I peeped and but just looked away, that's not reliable intel. This sucks, man. You try to look for somebody, but you don't even know what who you look trying to find. Is it someone who contributed to saving your life, but indirectly, and you want to just know? Can you just explain? How was this circumstance? How did it lead up to it? Phoenix looking at. Kidding. Sorry. My bad. Alright. Mm. You got an organ transplant? Oh, she got a heart transplant. Uh, Wait, don't tell me. That's the person you should look for. I don't know if that's really been scientifically proven, though. Just the science side. So, because she may have saw some memory, she wants to know about this person who donate this donor. Okay, fair enough. Is when she said X, is she meaning the one who donated or the one that the donor wanted to meet or wanted to meet again? What the hell is that sort of payment? You know? Ungo. I'm not so sure. I don't remember much about from that show. Sadly, it was that bad. At least you're being aware. This is. I'm pretty sure at this point we all can kind of take a good guess at what's happening. Taken care of. Didn't even fucking take a look back. I'm surprised it's only 3/4 of like the whole ass crime here. This man is literally like a fucking magnet. Toma would be impressed. Ow. Why should okay? There's that one. It was that one girl from the fucking that doctor, the old doctor. What was her name? She was from Kara no Kill. She was from Kara no Kyokai. She was basically like again, I think Shiki's employer. Well, technically an employer. I feel like this conversation, whole ass conversation, been taking place inside a building. It just feels weird that they're just talking that casually outside. Mm. I felt like you should have gone to this place earlier too. This prison. Yeah, it's a prison. What are you thinking? Do you think we're just gonna go to the fucking White House or something? Cameras everywhere. Holy shit. Oh, the guy from before. Oh, I was just referring to Watson. Oh my god. No. Something more. Does he know anything about how Celestia? Was she looking? Was she looking through the files? Some files that were just gonna regarding Celestia, or is it about Nagisa? Or is it even about that guy? I think it was a Komori. What's his name? Yeah, it was a fuck. Bat is a. Yeah. That's some fucking. That's that hearing in rap look makes a bat's hearings like just look like child's play. Oh, it's Toko. Okay, okay, yeah, it was that good. It was that one. Thanks. That's an ear. It technically is sort of an ear though, but it don't. It ain't no ordinary. Oh, oh, the blood that Cestia put into him. Yep, I fit. Yep, it's confirmed. She had Cestia's heart. Because she can hear, but until he looks up. But yeah, she's getting mixed memories too. Don't tell me. She's gonna be like she's gonna have like this multi personality disorder or something. Is she gonna don't tell me she's gonna turn into Celestia? I'm not saying that will happen, but no, I'm pretty sure that's her own accord. He's trying to. He doesn't want to be reminded of her. That's why he said, "Oh, it's a coincidence." It's not her own, and yet it's her own. It's she's literally carrying on someone's feelings. What the fuck is going on? I wish we could get a whole ass series about their adventures. A whole ass season about their adventures prior to this point. Hmm. What's this man getting up into? I wouldn't doubt it. What's she do? What's he do from here now? There's no turning back. I don't think he can continue this new normal life that he was having. He's gonna be dragged into more. He's gonna continue to be dragged into more trouble the way he is. The way he attracts trouble makes me feel like it's a superpower in itself. So seriously, is as good as dead? I don't think that's the end of it all, though. Yeah. Oh, the Chuni girl. There's another request and another request. Wow. Okay. Huh. Looks similar to that light novel illustration that I saw. Also, this ending saying centered around her, which is kind of fitting because whose heart she's holding. Hmm. That's Yunyang quality. Oh, they didn't even play a preview of it. Just the name for the next episode. Well, that was not some. Okay, well, it's not like I didn't see this coming. I mean, god damn, no spoilers, but what I thought was happening based on the hearsay I got, yeah, I'm just like when they say Celestia was dead in episode one, I'm just like, nah, there's no way they're just gonna write her off just like that. The fact that she is dead for the time being. I do not know what's happening, but let's remember, Celestia is technically an android herself, if I remember correctly. I think she mentioned it herself. I'm pretty sure I remember she mentioned it herself, and so that and how she's not normal. And I would have to think there's a way she could revive. I don't know how. I don't know if it involves using Nagisa, this new girl. And by the way, Nagisa I can get as a girl is probably not somebody you can just like right away. Honestly, I do I do not know what may or may not have been butchered from the source material that would have helped better with letting people understand things better, and making there's always a thing explaining things and try to bring the emotions to it. I don't think I don't think this adaptation's really been up to par with that so far, and it sucks because it's not what I would say totally bad. It's not like there's just no value to it. It just feels like what may have been came across better is if like there was a better sense of visual directing, and I don't know if the show is really up to the task for it, considering the studio that is doing it. I do see where they are trying their best, but I think there should be they need better directing choices to properly put across the emotions of a certain scene. Because I saw that the genuineness of the emotions that were there about realization about whose heart she was there, but the visual directing just kind of fucked it up. The ending was nice. It was nice. It wasn't much to I feel like those are some of the scenes though may have been there that the one scene when not in the ending when Nagisa was crying and then she was smiling, the next scene. I feel like those are stuff that is supposed to happen later on, and my ultimate fear is that they butcher that scene if that's supposed to happen in the episode in a future episode. I've heard so much mixed things like may so I think this is what happens here, which speaks to the fact that I've heard the author starts out very shaky with his or her writing, because they decide to kill off Celestia for the time being to to try to put across this new sort of narrative, which I would think is supposed to develop Kimihiko, or also develop the other characters. And I'm just gonna say this right now. I looked at some of the light novel illustration designs, and there's no way the anime can live up to that, especially with how with the studio that they're kind of burdened with. Again, I wish someone else could have taken the plate for it. But I don't really know whom else would have wanted to take this one for grabs. I mean, again, it's not anything. It's not anything god awful. It just feels like there's some shortcomings here and there that could have made things much better. Because I don't know what this show wants to do. I'm not so sure where the show wants to do now. This is why it's so hard to judge. It's so hard to judge for me right now. I can't say it's a vanilla series. I'm not gonna be that guy. Because the way introducers was like, if you just introduced it away and then you didn't kill off Celestia, I'm just like, oh, it's another run of mill. But you just immediately just like, oh, she's no longer there. She's only there as the heart of someone who received who received the donation of it. And, the whole thing with the whole like when you have your heart, when you're saved from a donated heart, you inherit that some of that person's memories, feelings, whatever the case, the traits they have and what else. Like you may like say you hate curry, and all of a sudden you like curry because the person that died that previously had that heart liked it, or like okay, maybe not an allergy thing, but whatever. Or maybe you liked or maybe you like doing a certain hobby, like I guess collecting cards, collecting action figures, and all of a sudden you're not interested at all. You take up something else, something like that. And it really has to show like is Nagisa going to be able to live for herself, knowing that she's going to be inheriting. She's gonna like these feelings here are not her own. She owns them, but they're not her own. She's basically burned with them, and just like is it really gonna be her? Can she really live her own life? And is she gonna be able to like? Yeah, she can live on, sure, but the burden is just like she has to they're also dealing with the fact that she meets up with the guy who was close to that person at one point. Now here's just my nitpick here. What I would have liked the show to do, or I mean the overall series to do, and I don't know if they do this later down the stretch, if the author does this later down the stretch. I would have liked the show to wear the show, and I know it would have just sounded generic and all, but I feel like what they could have done is until to a halfway point, or maybe it will be a really nice kicker at the end of a season, and then like the story can continue on. I felt like there should have been a good amount of volumes to where they would put more into detail the adventures that Celestia and Kimihiko had. That's just my personal opinion on how the story, the not just the anime, the overall story could have went. Now they did try that to where they took a story, they took a venture where they were going, the second half of the premiere they were going around the high school trying to find trying to find a culprit who was dressed in a fucking bunny suit. I feel the studio is close with the art style of the light novel with the characters. In terms of the design, yes. In terms of the finer details, like you can literally see, when I'm seeing here, like Celestia, her art style in the anime is fine. But when I look at some of the light novel designs, it just looks a lot more crisp. There's a lot more details, like a lot more expressiveness in there, and that's nothing. It's not. I'm not saying that the what Engie is doing is necessarily like there's no effort in it. It's just that they're just not up to the task when it comes to perfectly reiterating it. And this is also, the Sword Art Online characters. If you see the fucking artwork on the light novels, they look just gorgeous, and there's absolutely no matter how good the Sword Art Online looked visually, the characters could just never look like this. This is even with 86 too. Like, but at least the character designs are accurate. They're quite accurate. But in terms of the finer details, it's just not there. And that's nothing against an anime. It's just how it is. Different mediums. I wonder how she will come back. She's an android. I would have to think there's a quirk with being an android where you don't just die that easily. Like maybe her mind is transferred somewhere. Maybe like there's a way she can have a new body, or something like that. Or maybe it turns out to where Nagisa actually turns into Celestia, which would be kind of stupid, honestly. Like I don't see that happening, even though it would want to hint that happens because Celestia is supposed to, like, even though she's not there, she's already dead. She is still there, and she is still there. And you have to think she'd also have to show up in physical form too at some point. But what? Where do we like? How are they gonna do that? Like, how are they gonna bring her back? Now it comes to the point to the where they're gonna how do they pace? When does she come back? And I don't know what depends on when in which volume or whatnot when she comes back in full, physically, like in full form in person. And is the anime gonna reach that point? I do not know. What I feel like is going to happen is to where, like, again, I've said before, a lot of stuff is going to be focused on Kimiko and trying to basically. So now I think it's become clear to me that now that the actual legendary detective Sastia is out of the picture for now. Kimiko, now kind of donning that title as referring to as a detective, is probably going to have to try to take up the task for himself, even though he's like it's kind of a trump. It's kind of like like a roller coaster for him. Like he just got a person close to him taken away. He's living a normal life, just wants to be out of it. Don't want to be remembered. Now he's dragged back into this. How is he going to handle this? How is he going to do it? I would really think the story may be focused on trying to develop him. I don't know for sure. I really do not know. Like, my best guess is that most of the story is going to be focused on that, and maybe it'll also flesh out the other characters. But I don't know. Again, I don't know exactly how. I have no sense of good. I don't have no good sense of familiarity other than some hearsay and stuff about certain characters, but not much more to where I have a good picture of what could happen. So it's not. So I can't say this adaptation is bad. It's just because how the context of the story is. It's so hard to put into. It's so hard to just kind of get a good grasp on it. And again, it doesn't help that the studio isn't that really up to par, and it doesn't help that it's one of those light novel adaptations. Like I know how people feel. I know how most people feel about Rebel says he doesn't like light novel adaptations with the lowest common denominator, and that's fine. I understand why he has a disliking for it. Although, part of me will admit that he will clamp down too hard on it, but that is fine. That is how he thinks. I have my own thing. I have my own qualms. I have my own comparable situation myself when it comes to something like Chinese anime, per se. I don't think I have given any Chinese anime a particularly positive score at all, if at all. Like if I like, I don't think I have given many, if at all. But yeah, they could have done more with the adventure stuff. Then at some point they just take Celsius out of the picture. Then he has to try to develop himself. But then again, light novel adaptations. The thing is that unlike manga adaptations, they're more meant for more thorough. They're because of the way light novel the medium is, and then you have to reiterate anime form. But manga is easy. It's so fucking easy. Like if a manga adaptation just gets butchered, it would. The only way I could forgive it is because if it's more of like a business decision of sorts, and not something to where like they just fucking lost control of things, or like they just made really bad decisions. And some can still be great by themselves, and all that. But manga adaptations, light novel adaptations, I feel like people nowadays are too biased with manga adaptations. And don't get me wrong, like for me, not really in as in as dope. I haven't dove in deep into the light novel area, but I don't want to do too much of a prejudice. I don't want to have a sense of biasness when it comes to like when I do watch a light novel adaptation. I gotta try to take it with a grain of salt, knowing how it is. Because I don't try to be as easy with with manga adaptations either. That's just how it is. So yeah, that's all I really need to say. And again, like if people are not really buying into this from the premiere, then this episode is probably not gonna really convince them. But if anyone is interested enough to at least see how this goes, that is fine. You will either be, but do not expect anything. Do not you kind of have to come into this not trying to have high expectations. What helps for me here is that knowing the studio at hand and how the premiere just kind of felt, how the premiere felt. My expectations did not go so high, and so I was just kind of able to take things a lot more, take things in a lot more easier, and how at least it's trying. At least there's something to it that is worth following, and enough to say that it's a decent enough show to watch, even though I don't think it's going to necessarily excite people, impress people, and that's just how most light novels are. I mean, you don't like manhwa animes, that's fine. I the mo if you're talking about that, it was like Korean anime is also I don't know. I don't have a high opinion for them either. I haven't watched a lot on myself to really make a good case, though. In all fairness. Anyways, I think I've said all I need to say. That will do it for the stream, and I gotta just kind of sort of bounce out of here for now. All right. Smash like button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're interested in getting notifications and updates, just hit the bell icon below. Check out the other links in the description. Check out the links in the description of the video if you want to follow me on social media platforms I use, or join my Discord server. But that's gonna do it for this edition of Anime Reactions. So this is British signing off. See you next time. Take care. Stay safe.